Okay, guys, here we are down at the table. We can go ahead and start with some basics. So you can use any controller you want. In my case, I'm going to use the MIDI Fighter 3D because I like these arcade style buttons. You can use any controller you want as long as it has a grid of buttons. I actually will oftentimes turn to my Akai MPD. They're cheap and awesome. You can pick these up used for about 50 bucks. And they make great starter pads. So, I don't know, some people might crap on me for that, but I love my MPD-18. So I have my pack, I Don't Mean To, loaded up here, and we're ready to jam. Before we start playing, let's go over layout. I use the Mad Zach layout, roughly, which means I like to play with my controller tilted a little bit. You can see it's not straight up and down. And I do that because it fits my hands a lot better. So diagonal kind of lets me... I don't know, it kind of meshes in. The buttons are split up into two main sections. There's a top section and a bottom section. So the bottom section is typically your percussion sounds. And then sometimes I'll throw some vocals on.
I don't mean to,
But we don't have to worry about that right now. I also have... So, standard percussions. All pretty good, right? Alright, so then up top you have your main song themes, like your pads and your synths and stuff that really leads the melody. So in this case we have... I tend to do these so that you play them together, two at a time, either 3 down or 4 down. In this pack it's 3 down, so it's... Let's go ahead and start with a simple beat that you guys can build off of, using your thumb on the kick right here, and either your middle finger or your ring finger, we're going to play the snare. So let's just go ahead and get a basic 1-2, 1-2 kind of beat going on. Alright, so it's pretty simple. Just play it until you get bored. Try to do it in time. And then you can go ahead and add your index finger for the hi-hat in between each of those two beats. The hi-hat is typically right above in the middle of these two. So this configuration is pretty standard. Alright, so try that slow and just try to speed it up and then get it into where it's pretty good in time, and then we can go ahead and start adding some more funky stuff. So from here we can go ahead and start to add some extra kicks. So just every other one, instead of hitting this once, I just did it twice before moving on. So that'll take a little bit of practice, but after a while I'll get it in no time. So we can just take the same beat we've been doing before. And instead of doing this every other, we're going to do it every one. So every time you hit a drum, you're also going to hit the hi-hat, and you're going to keep hitting the hi-hat in the place it was before. So that sounds a little complicated, but it's actually even easier than the beat before, I think. So let's go ahead. Once you get all that, you can start to build some more complex stuff, and you can start adding other hits along with those beats. So we can go ahead and hear a little bit what that sounds like. Let's go ahead and slow this down. This beat really isn't that hard, you just have to practice with it. So it's the same beat as before. But after I hit this, a fill I commonly like to use is up through here. So it completes this square right here. So I'll go ahead and play that and you can hear. So once you get some basic drum beats down, you can go ahead and start to add your left hand. Now the left hand usually plays some pretty simple stuff. You can do some complex stuff with it if you want, if you can do it. But for this pack, it's pretty simple. So I like to play with 2 pads, just going down. So if we do the same beat that we've been doing before. So once you get all your percussions down, you can start to do some double and triple hits, which we just call rolls, or in turntable world, crabbing. So with some patience and practice, you can be an awesome finger drummer in no time and really start shredding down these sound packs. I know when you're first starting and you're trying to play some beats and you got an idea and you can't get it out, it can be really frustrating, but that just takes time and practice. Remember, you don't have to play my sound packs the way I play them for them to sound really cool. You can play them however you want, make up new beats and patterns, and they're all still cool as long as you're still having fun making music.